He once said she was distracted, too focused on fame, not her game. But 4 years later, Emma Raducanu just walked into the England rugby team's camp. Not as a guest, but as a teacher. Welcome to Net Rush Report, your home for the most emotional and dramatic stories in tennis. The cameras captured something few expected to see. Raducanu in full training gear, tossing a rugby ball, laughing with England's players, and delivering lessons from the mental side of elite sport. It wasn't about celebrity. It wasn't about spotlight. It was about redemption and leadership. The 23-year-old Brit, who made history as the first qualifier to win a Grand Slam at the 2021 US Open, spent time with the England squad ahead of their blockbuster match against New Zealand at Twickenham. In a carousel of photos she posted on Instagram, Emma appeared genuinely at ease, coaching, chatting, and even taking part in team drills. The images went viral within hours, not because of glamour, but because of growth. Her jersey said 13, a subtle nod to her own career's unpredictability, the ups, downs, and rebuilds that have shaped her since that magical run in New York. And make no mistake, this moment carried meaning that it came exactly 4 years after then England coach Eddie Jones publicly criticized her, warning that young athletes could lose focus after sudden fame. He said Raducanu had become a distraction story, suggesting off-court appearances and endorsements were hurting her tennis. At the time, she was barely 19. Those words cut deep, sparking a national debate about media pressure, misogyny, and the treatment of rising female athletes. Raducanu never fired back publicly. Instead, she let her silence speak. And now, walking into the England rugby camp, years after Jones's comments, felt poetic. She wasn't there to prove him wrong. She was there to share what she'd learned. Because the truth is, Emma Raducanu's journey hasn't been smooth. After withdrawing from the Auckland Open earlier this year with a recurring back injury, her season began on uncertain ground. But she slowly fought her way back, reaching her first WTA 1000 quarterfinal in Miami, her most significant run in years. Then came solid results in Washington, where she made both singles and doubles semifinals, and another strong showing in Ningbo to close her year. It wasn't dominance. It was determination, and it's that very mindset that made her such an ideal mentor for England's players. She spoke about resilience, discipline, and staying grounded amid chaos, things she's lived, not just preached. Behind the scenes, Raducanu has also been quietly evolving as a professional. The narrative that once defined her, endless coaching changes, no longer stings. Since 2021, she's worked with 8 full-time coaches, including short stints with Mark Pecci and most recently Rafael Nadal's former coach, Francisco Roig. Critics called it instability. She calls it curiosity. In August, she finally addressed the criticism head-on, explaining that most of her coaches were on a trial basis. You have to find what fits, she said. It's not about loyalty for loyalty's sake. It's about learning. And that's exactly what this rugby appearance showed. A version of Emma who's learned that ego gets in the way of growth. Who's learned that listening, not proving, is where power lies. Her collaboration with England Rugby wasn't a publicity stunt. It was a statement of maturity. The same young woman who once avoided a rugby football union event after Jones's remarks has now returned to the same world, but on her own terms. Calm, confident, grounded. As she continues her recovery and gears up for 2026, Raducanu's off-court presence could prove just as defining as her on-court performance. Because the Emma we see today isn't chasing validation. She's building longevity in mindset, body, and influence. The story of Emma Raducanu tutoring England's rugby squad is more than a feel-good crossover moment. It's a reminder that athletes grow beyond the criticism that once defined them. That sometimes the best revenge is grace. And as England prepares for their showdown against New Zealand, one thing's for sure. They've just had a masterclass from someone who knows what it means to perform under pressure. Emma Raducanu, once the teenager doubted for her focus, is now the one teaching others how to keep it. Thanks for watching Net Rush Report, where every serve, every swing, and every comeback tells a story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more emotional and powerful moments from the world of tennis.